everyone. Welcome back to Should We Unpack This? We're your hosts. I'm Lainey.
I'm Rochelle.
And welcome to episode 5.
Wow.
I know we say this every week.
Every
I
time.
can't believe it's episode 5. But actually, this is
Really, though?
I feel like that's a big deal. 5 episodes
I think
in.
so.
And we're
I think
still
we
rocking
said that
and
too
rolling.
about 3.
I probably.
They're all a big deal. Okay?
They're all a big deal. They are. We're doing it. And I'm so proud of us.
Me too.
Yeah. So if you missed last week you may want to catch up on it. I'm just saying, like, it was a pretty good conversation, I thought. We were talking about the question that we unpacked was, how did we know? And that is in regards to the end of our marriages. So today we're going to talk about what comes after goodbye. And as Rochelle and I, we're talking about what are we going to call this episode. We were spitballing names, and this one came up, and I'm like, ooh, that one just pierced my heart.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it did. So yeah, we're going to talk about what comes after goodbye and unpack that and all that fun stuff.
So much fun.
Feelings. Yeah. So how about we just do like a quick check-in? How has your week been?
Yes, it has been good. It's been busy.
Yes.
But good. And I'm excited because we're recording on a different day today. And I missed yesterday, which is when we normally record. And it felt weird.
Same. I know.
So I'm excited. Excited to be
Yes.
back.
Same. This is such like a good start to the week for me, I think. Like usually I'm just like, oh, I have all these things I need to do, but I get to do this and it's so exciting.
Yeah.
So I'm so glad. Yay. All right, should we just like hop right? I don't know how to transition into this, honestly.
I guess
so
we just get right into
we're
it.
just gonna get
To
right
the
into
nitty
it.
gritty.
Buckle up, everybody. I'm just kidding.
Buckle up.
Here we go. Okay, Rochelle. Here I am, going to hit you with the hard questions as I do. Here I go.
I love it.
So when the decision was finally made, what did the after actually look like? And how did it differ from what you expected?
Oof. Well, the after, I feel like, was a bit more tumultuous than I pictured. I picture, you know what? I don't really even know if you know what you picture after. Like,
I feel like,
like,
yes, I understand. Like, I understand.
can you really picture? Like, I don't know. You get an idea in your mind, and you're like, this is going to be so, like, I don't know. Not easy, but, like, you picture it to be, like, I don't know, civil.
Yes.
Just like, we're two grown adults. This is the decision. Like, let's be the best we can be. I think especially with a child involved, it's just like my mindset is very much like, what's best for the child.
Yes.
And so that's how I went into it. And it didn't end up how I thought it was going to be for sure. But I don't think I necessarily pictured anything, Like, you don't really know till you know. Till you know.
Well, until you're experiencing it. And I think that emotions are so high, and
so high.
It gets to the point, like, what surprised me is, oh, I don't really owe this person anything any longer.
Interesting.
Yeah, like the whole we're separating our lives, and I don't have to share anything else. And that is that's a weird shift from being so intense about building a life together and working so hard on that relationship to then when you come to the decision of like, I guess we're parting ways. And then what does that look like? And how does that manifest?
Totally. And I think it's different too because you didn't have a child with this person. And so you could just like part ways, you know what I mean? But I still had to be cognizant of this person's going to be in my life the rest of my life. So
absolutely. Yeah. Which
I
is
think
also,
that was like,
yeah, a huge thing to navigate.
Huge thing to navigate.
about, yeah, how you couldn't just be like,
I'm a little bit
deuces,
jealous.
I'm out.
Peace.
I'm out. Go live your life. I'll go live mine.
Yeah.
See you never.
Totally.
Which is like, I know we joke about it, but it's just how we cope.
We do joke about it,
Yes.
but that must also be such a strange feeling that your partner, I don't know, your best friend, not necessarily, but some people consider them their best friend. One day you're just partnering and best friends, and then you're just like, we're not going to be in our lives anymore. And I think that must be such a weird feeling too. Like, I might never talk to you or see you again. Like, I didn't experience that. So how did that feel?
That felt very weird. That felt
Right?
like a very hard shift for me. And I think that's why I went to the very like logical side of my brain and kind of tried to, I normally do that anyways in like my day to day. Because I didn't realize until recently that I'm like a huge, like an emotion suppressor, which like I sort of chatted about before in previous episodes, but we can kind of unpack that a bit more today. I think that like when me and my ex-husband made the decision of this isn't, a marriage that neither of us want to be in any longer. And it was a very mutual decision. It was something we came to together. It was, I guess, as amicable as it could be. Like I always joked that I'm a very easy person to divorce.
I am an excellent divorcee.
I am. I will cause very little problems because I don't want problems in my life. So I definitely went on a very like literal and like logical way about it. I kind of strayed away from the emotion side of it, but it kind of it did creep up on me very like sneakily, like it does.
Comes back to bite.
We're like, why am I crying?
What's happening?
I'm just driving home. But anyways, those car rides. That's what I found was that shift of we don't have to tell each other things now, like our schedules and we had a period where we were still living in the same home. Right? So, and we didn't live in a big home, so it was very close quarters. So it was just very weird.
Yeah.
To just be like, do you want some dinner or
are we
what are we
doing? Are we doing this together or what? No.
Yeah. But like in my situation, thankfully, like I did share a house with my sister at the time, and I could just kind of escape upstairs and just create some space that way. But there's also like, I'm not gonna lie, there was a bit of pride in me where I'm like, no, this is like my house too.
I live here too.
I'm not gonna leave, sort of thing. But other than that, it was very, very weird to just have that like line in the sand of how do I navigate this now of separating a life together.
Yeah,
what does that look
awkward
like?
stage of still living together. In my case, still trying to parent together. So we hadn't told our daughter yet, and it was all just very like awkward and weird and like uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And hard.
Yeah.
Just hard. Like,
it is hard.
It's a weird time.
When you did make the decision to, this is it for us, how did you find the response from others? Like, how did you tell other people? What did that look like?
Avoided it, of course, lady. I avoided it.
Yeah.
I think I avoided it for months, actually. I avoided that in typical Rochelle fashion. And I think I waited a couple months because I just honestly was processing myself and didn't really want to have to deal with the emotions and responses of others, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Like, I was dealing with my own, like, thought process and feelings, and I didn't really want to take on what I knew was probably going to be a big reaction from my family, at least, for sure, and my friends. So, yeah, I avoided it for quite a while. And then when I finally did, it was, I don't know, it was hard. I remember the conversation with my parents very well, and they were just like, no, this isn't happening. I'm like, it is happening. And that was like a tough one for sure. But I think once I explained like a bit of the backstory on my side and like told them some things they didn't know before, they did come around and they were more understanding and accepting.
Right.
But yeah, that was a rough one.
Yeah. I remember telling your parents about my separation, and that was a rough one for me.
Oh my gosh! Yes, I remember that too. Telling my parents. Oh my gosh! Yes.
Because you're like, how am I going to tell them? I'm like, I'll do it. Let's go together.
I got this.
I think because your mom was like hemming a dress for me.
Yes.
And we just used that opportunity to be like, so, by the way.
By the way.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I went on like a full tour.
You just did the whole shebang.
I was like booked time with people. I'm like, I'm coming over for dinner. Yeah. And I don't know. Again, like I went to like the logical side of my brain and was like, this is just how it needs to transpire. And I think because we were in such a, before we came to like the final decision of like, yes, we're separating, I felt like I was stuck in a holding pattern for many weeks. And that in between of like, I don't know what my future is going to be. Like those like few weeks were terrible. Honestly, it was like hell. That was the roughest part for me in that moment. So once the final decision had been made, it was kind of like a sigh of relief. Okay, now I know what to do next. And it was very, just very like, these are the facts. This is our reasoning. And how many people do I need to tell? I made a list and then I told them all.
Do you think this was maybe like a bit of disassociation on your part?
100%.
So I feel like that's like also my go-to. Like, we're just disassociating now, and this is just like,
this is how I
this
survive.
is what it is. And like, I can't handle the emotional part of it right now. So I'm just going to like break this up and be like, this is what's happening. And like, I'm going to suppress the emotional part, which is, in the end wasn't super healthy, but.
No, but it's what it's what got us through, right? It's the
true.
the saying that you said in the last episode of if we don't laugh, we cry. And you know, I mean, I feel like you and I made a lot of like probably inappropriate jokes at like our own expense of what we were going through, but like honestly, like if
1,000%.
you don't laugh, you cry. It was such a sad situation and such a sad time that like I need to find some sort of reprieve from this terrible feeling of you know undoing a life that you thought was forever. So that's why I went on my little tour.
Your tour.
And it, you know, my family was super understanding and, you know, very much there for me. I think because I also am like the youngest of my siblings and like the baby of the family, people were very much like, I don't know if it was like I was, I'm just going to say it, like a victim sort of role, like, like it happened to me sort of thing, and tried to like villainize my ex, which I didn't want to happen. I didn't want anyone to be upset with him or hate him or anything like that. Just because I've seen separations go that route, and it's just, nobody needs that.
Yeah.
You know, life is already hard enough, and we're all just humans trying to make our way. So,
Yeah.
you know, we all make our own choices and whatnot. So it was very important to me too that, you know, as uncomfortable as it could be, that if they still wanted to have like a relationship with him like that, I wasn't going to stand in the way of that, because I've had the opposite happen to me where, you know, a separation happens in the family and then everyone's has to choose sides. And it's like, you know, I don't think that's fair, because we're all human and we all form our own relationships with somebody, and just because you decided to bring this person into our lives, why does it mean like when you make the decision that they're no longer part of your lives, that means they have to be no longer part of mine, you know? Which I think, like, yeah, we can, I don't know.
I'm like, I could talk about this so much.
Yeah,
because
please do.
I think that was the part, like, I maybe didn't have like a grasp on reality about, was the fact that people were going to so quickly choose sides in my case, and like not give me the benefit of the doubt, or not give me that conversation of like hearing my side. And I think I also, when I like reflect back on it, would or should have maybe reached out to those people to give my side, but like in a respectful way. Because I also didn't want to villainize anyone, but I wanted like people to hear me out, but I also didn't have the emotional capacity at the time to like have those conversations.
Yeah.
Which is like one of the things I think I do like regret, is not reaching out to people and like maybe asking if they would want to hear my side of the story. But so many people were just so quick to like choose sides, or like end the relationship with me, like block me, like just ridiculous things. Like, and I just feel like I wasn't prepared for that. Like, I thought I was going to get more of a chance to like have the conversation, you know? And that was, I think, one of the hardest parts.
Yeah.
Just like the relationships you don't take into account that you're gonna lose in the fallout, you know?
Yeah. I can totally, you know, empathize with that too. And it's like, that's a hard one. Like, you spend so much time with people, with a group of people, or family or whatever, right? Within your own circle that you develop together. And then all of a sudden it's like a division of assets almost.
Yeah. Right? But like with relationships.
Yes. Yes.
So sad.
It is sad. And I don't know. Should we? So I'm just going to bring it up. Rochelle and I have an interesting connection. And this
yes.
Yeah. Which we
do.
talked about. Yeah. Which is so.
Oh my gosh. How have we made it this far and not talked about it?
I don't know. So we're very much like intertwined with each other, or
we are.
Family wise. So we shared a sister-in-law. So we shared a sister-in-law.
Yes, we shared a sister-in-law. So dearly. We shared a nephew. Wild.
Yes. So sometimes we were at the same like family events together, and
it was fun. It was fun.
Yeah. We kind of lost touch with similar groups of people.
Yeah.
And that is hard.
It is.
That is part of like a deep loss, you know?
Very deep.
Yeah. And I think that like it's hard.
Sorry, I'm laughing so I don't cry. This is an example.
Yeah. I think it's hard too, because like I also empathize with the people who kind of did choose a side, and I think it's hard. It's just such a hard thing to navigate all around.
Yeah.
And there's no right way to do anything, honestly. I think, like I said, we're all just humans, and I think we're all just trying to figure it out and do our best.
Yeah.
I think that some people do need to put, boundaries in place to protect themselves or whatever they may be feeling. I know I had to put some boundaries in place with some people just because I'm like, it's too hard to like move on and keep some ties with some people from that life. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
it made it trickier and more challenging to move on in a healthy way. So, like, I can see the flip side of it too, but it doesn't mean that it doesn't suck.
yeah, sucks all around.
It does. It does. Yeah. But, like, the division of, like, relationships is one thing, but then there's, like, the division of physical things.
Oh. What a time.
Tell me more. Tell me more.
Oh, it's just like, it's a weird thing. You've built up this life together, like, physically as well. Things, and, like, things that hold sentimental value to you, things that maybe don't. Like, you've purchased property together, like, cars, all these things. And that's a tough one. And especially if you're not in agreement. It's just like, what a time. What a time to, like, divide things down to the nitty gritty. Like, that was not fun in the least.
Was there anything that you were, like, super hung up on?
My home.
Yeah. Weird.
I really wanted my house.
Yeah.
But I think at least for me, you just reach a point where you have a mental capacity for only so much. And at the end of the day, like, the physical things for me, I just let go of. Like, I'm like, I can only handle so much right now, and I need to be a mother amidst all this, like, physical and relational turmoil and division. And, like, I only have so much capacity. And, like, how much do I want to argue about, like, materialistic things? For me, at the end of the day, I'm like, I can, like, make more money. I can buy new things. But what toll will this take on, like, my mental well-being that's already not in the greatest spot if I continue to, like, fight over not fight, but, like,
It is kind of a fight.
Not it's in the kind sense of a fight.
Like, where it's like an argument all the time.
Yeah, not like a but like a fight over the physical things. I just didn't have it in me to go down that path.
Yeah.
And so I feel like I was like, take what you want.
Yeah.
And, like, I can't do this.
Yeah. I had an extreme attachment to my blender.
I love this story.
I do know why.
That blender.
I still have it and I use it on the regular. But
I'm so happy for you.
Thank you. Thank you. So I guess it's a bit of a spoiler of the end of the blender story, but we'll just tell it anyways because it's kind of funny. So I had spent, this blender was a new purchase. It was a recent, like, it was months old, and I had spent like so long researching blenders and the good type of blenders, and it was like an investment. It was, you know,
investment of your time as well.
Yeah. And I remember driving home from work one day, stuck in traffic, and just being like, oh my God, like, who's going to get the blender? Oh my God, I might lose it after spending that much time and just being like, just tears of like feeling super emotional about this blender and be like, oh my God, like what is my life? The blender. But thankfully, I got the blender.
Thankfully, you won that one.
I did. It really wasn't much of a fight over the blender. It was like,
just take the blender.
Basically, like, can I have the blender? Sure. Like, oh. Okay,
I don't care about the blender, actually, as much as you do.
Yeah. Exactly.
The things.
Exactly, the things.
my favorite
Yeah.
story.
The blender. Yeah, but like in my situation, everything was very, again, logical. It was just very logical into the division of assets. Because my sister was the co-owner of the home, it just made more sense that I remain and he depart. So, anyway, and like the house was in the state, like our little portion of the house was in a severe state of renovation. So it's not like I super much, like I won really anything in that situation.
Just
And,
take
like,
this mess.
Yeah, and like I think a few weeks later after we separated, like the hot water tank blew and our whole place flooded. So it was literally
Just
a
wow.
mess of, when it rains, it literally poured. So
Literally in the home.
yeah. Yeah. And we were talking previously, I have another kind of funny story. We were talking previously about like how we told people. And I remember being at work and I was like, I don't know how to tell people I work with. And I felt super awkward about it. And, having to, like, I decided that I was going to change my name back to my maiden name and then having to go through all that rigmarole. And it was after the hot water tank blew and I was leaving work early and I was passing somebody and they're like, oh, like giving me a hard time about leaving early. I'm like, but I have to go meet the insurance people, like the restoration people, to figure everything out. And they're like, oh, well, that's what you have a husband for. I'm like, not anymore. And they're like, what? And I'm like, what? Okay, bye. I just left.
Oh my God. I love that so much. It's just like so classic you.
It is.
Not anymore. Bye.
See you later. See you tomorrow.
Oh my God.
So that's how I broke the news to some people. Just, very casually. As one does.
Super cash. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Those were some good times. Some
Good times. Good
Yes.
times. Oh.
Yeah. So we talked about separating the practical parts of our shared life. How did that differ from the emotional parts for you?
I think they were very much intertwined.
Yeah.
There's like a lot of emotional attachment to things, I think, as well.
Mm-hmm.
And there's also like a lot of emotions flying, I think, when you're fighting for financial stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like I worked very hard for my things.
Yes.
And when you have to like fight over that, it's not the greatest feeling.
It's not.
It's really not. And so that was a tough one.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that because it was such like a hard transition of like division of assets and whatnot, and because you had worked so hard, do you think you kind of just like put the emotions aside just to get through it?
Yeah, I definitely shoved a lot of things down that came up later.
Yeah.
And like I do wish I'd fought for certain things more. Mm-hmm. But I also like remember how I felt and how I just like didn't have it in me to like push on certain things or like have to necessarily go to court and like take the time that would take.
Well,
like
not
physical
only the
time,
but like the money.
Yeah, time, money. Like I was like, is it worth it for me to like embark on this massive battle for what it'll cost me emotionally, time-wise, like money-wise? Or do I just like give in on certain things because I just like literally don't have it in me?
Well, you have to protect your peace, right? Your peace.
And I feel like, yeah, and I feel like it would take it even longer to be able to like move on as well. Like the longer this got dragged out, the longer I felt like I was not going to be able to move on from this like turmoil at the time.
That's honestly a very valid point. And like I can totally, like, I feel that.
You know?
What I mean?
It's
Like, I
how
know.
long are we gonna prolong this feeling of like
Yeah.
like the in between?
The in between is the
You know?
worst.
It is the
As
worst.
you're still like navigating like who's going where, who's getting what, how is this going, what does this new dynamic look like? And for you in your situation, because you guys had a daughter together, it made it more trickier and more to navigate.
Yes.
Versus like my
and
situation.
it was
go ahead.
like a division of time with her as well. And I think this is like one of the hardest things is like losing in the divorce, losing half the time with your child. Like that is something you don't necessarily think about or like realize the repercussions of until after the fact. Not seeing your child every day has got to be like one of the hardest things, especially initially.
Yes.
Oof.
That's one of the like ugly sides to this though, right? And you were talking about the immense guilt that you felt for for coming to this decision, and like it's, realizing this is how I move forward in life, and knowing that you talked also about how you wanted to demonstrate what a healthy relationship looked like to your daughter, right? So I think it's just one of those things where even though it's so hard, and I think it never gets easier, I would imagine, I think that she will be better for it, in the sense of like speaking as a child who had parents who were divorced and whatnot, and maybe better for it is a bit bold. I redact that. I just think that I redact. I think that kids are just resilient is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
And they are very adaptable, and if they are loved well and cared for well, which your daughter most certainly is, like, you're just a phenomenal mother, and she's so lucky to have you. And her dad also loves her so much too, and I think you guys are doing such a great job at co-parenting, where she feels the love in both homes, even though having two homes sucks. But, I think you're doing the best that you can for her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think at the time, like when you're in the trenches of it though, it does not feel like that. And you're just like questioning everything.
Yeah.
Like, did I make the right choice? Like, is this going to be what's best for her? And I think at the time it's really hard to like see the benefit, but once you're out the other side, it like starts to come through,
It takes time.
Just feels super crappy at the time.
Yeah, it takes time to like, because you're healing and you're grieving, and you're grieving the loss of a relationship, the loss of like what was and what isn't any longer. And, they say, grief never goes away, or you'll always carry grief with you, but as time goes on, you just learn to carry it better.
Yes.
Or you get stronger.
And it hits you at different times. Like certain things will trigger it. Like you'll think about certain things. A song will come on. Who knows?
Oh man, the songs get me. And I don't know. I don't know if I should go into that or not.
I think maybe you should.
Maybe I should. I don't know. He had a very specific taste in music. So whenever I heard certain things, I would just be like, especially like very fresh out of the relationship. And, the song would come on. I would just be like, oh, like, and just be like, oh, I don't like have a very like emotional, physical response. And like, I don't know what's happening, and like not being able to like, and it felt very uncomfortable because it's like, I don't want to feel that way anymore. Like, I'm over it though. I did all the steps. I told everybody. I've done all of my steps.
Yeah, like,
sign the separation papers. Like, we're good. The division of assets has happened. So why do the emotions still come? It's not fair.
Yeah, but it is grief. Like, I feel like it's not talked about enough. Like, it's the loss of a relationship. It's the loss of a life you thought you were going to have. Like, the person's still, it's just like the person's still here. And that's sometimes like the hard part. Like, they're still out there existing. But like what you had and the like special, like the special sacred thing you had is gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's a tough one.
It is a tough one, especially since, like, in your case, like, you still have to see that person on a regular basis.
Yeah.
And just having an interaction. Like, I moved across the country, so
you're like, bye.
Our run-ins are never.
Yeah. Yeah. Fair.
But even like in the beginning when just like I have mail for you and doing like the mail exchange and it's just like that awkward interaction of like, well, like how are you sort of thing, and just doing the check-in. It's like, how long do you converse for, and like how much do you share, and like, oh, your hair's changed or whatever. Like, this person is becoming a stranger, and that's weird.
Wild.
Yeah.
Wild. When you've like been the most intimate with this person, like physically, emotionally, and they've seen the best and worst of you, and then they just go to like, oh, it's hard to describe.
To acquaintance now.
Yeah,
right?
like, but also not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you still know them. Maybe not who they're becoming now, but it's like, it's just, I think that's one of the things I struggled with most is like, just that change and shift in the dynamic of like, we were like so in love and you said you loved me, and now it's like, to be treated a certain way is like, it's very hard to like comprehend in your mind. Like this almost overnight shift in like how someone like talks to you or treats you or interacts with you. Yeah. And it's like, it's a mind F. It's a mind F.
It is.
I did not enjoy that.
No. Same.
So, yeah. Wild.
It is very wild. Did you have like I'm so curious, what did your final goodbye look like? You don't need to answer that if you don't want to. Did you have a final goodbye?
But there wasn't even like a final goodbye because I just like knew I was going to see him again.
I guess.
Like,
see you in a few days.
I'll see you in a few days.
Right.
There was no final goodbye, and there was no goodbye for me.
Yeah.
There was a see you later.
There was
in a different light.
Tuesday.
Oh my gosh. That was good. That was good. I love it.
So we had a lot to unpack this episode, right, Rochelle?
Yes.
Yeah, so sorry to leave you on a cliffhanger, everyone, but it is what it is, and so you're going to have to come back next week for part 2.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.